Hey guys, I built this n8n workflow that can analyze any company's tech stack using web scraping and AI agents in n8n. Okay, so the way it works, we can take any domain. So as an example, we're going to be using Klarna. So I'm going to take Klarna's domain, I'm going to copy paste it. And so if I go to my n8n, this is going to be the workflow we're going to be running just in a second. But before that, we need to provide the domain. Okay, and to do that, guys, we're going to go to the spreadsheet. And here you guys can see I've already done the analysis before, but let's do everything from scratch. So I'm gonna delete the row, okay? And I'm gonna copy paste the domain again. And let me refresh the n8n workflow. So we start from scratch, from clean slate. All right, so now let's run the workflow. And to do that, all we need to do, just click here, execute the workflow, okay? It's gonna manually execute the workflow. So now it's gonna pull the domain, which is Klarna, from here, from this spreadsheet, and it's going to feed that into our workflow, and then it's going to feed it to the API right here, okay? And for API, we are using web scraper, okay? So we're sending off the data to web scraper, and for that, we are using Gina.AI. And if I open up Gina, guys, they provide 10 million free tokens on the free tier, which is pretty awesome, okay? And you can use that for web scraping needs, okay? And I've been using it quite a lot. And here it gives me an estimate saying that if I keep using it in the same pace, I'm gonna run out of tokens in 100 days, which is pretty generous, guys. So definitely check it out. And I'm gonna explain you in a bit how to connect the APIs to your n8n workflow as well, guys. Just hold on a couple of minutes, okay? All right, guys, so this is the for API for the web scraper. So let me go back to Canvas here. So once we get the data from the web scraper, so if I open my AI agent here, you guys can see this all this data JSON came from the web scraper node, okay? So that's coming from Gina, okay? So it web scraped all this data, and then we're sending all of this to an agent to analyze, okay? And our AI agent has the system prompt to basically analyze the tech stack, and then give us a structured JSON output, okay? As a result, you guys can see here, we have basically hosting, we have content management, CMS, analytics tools, security, and stuff like that, guys. And everything is really nicely formatted, okay? And again, this is not coming directly from an agent in a sense. We need to explain or basically guide our agent to do so. And for that, we are using something called structured output parser, okay? So this is a sub-node or whatever you guys want to call it. I guess it's still a node. So it's a node provided, well, it's a tool node, okay? It's a tool node provided by n8n, which basically structures the JSON in a specific format, okay? So you guys can see, this is the incoming text, and then it transforms or formats it into this output right here, okay? So it's basically, in a sense, reformatting logic, right? So you guys can see we had this data right here. It went through the parser, and now we have this nicely formatted JSON output right here, thanks to the structured output parser node, guys, okay? You guys can see here we're hosting, content management, analytics, guys, and essentially all of that was incoming from this raw text right here, right? And that's what we are using a structured output parser for, guys, okay? And for AI model, I'm using the mini models in most of my workflows because they're cheaper and also they're fairly intelligent, right? So it's really good for data analysis without sacrificing too much cost for APIs, I would say, okay, guys? So that's for agent itself. And then we're gonna be logging everything into a tech stack right here, which is again our spreadsheet, okay? And if you ask me how I am getting these expressions, okay, so again, guys, these are expressions. Everything that goes into a double curly braces in n8n, it's called an expression. And expression is basically a JavaScript in n8n, okay? So everything that goes in double curly braces is a JavaScript. Let me show you exactly how I can do it because it's really easy, guys. So if you look on the left side, you're gonna see the output from my agent. So for example, let's remove the hosting, okay? If I delete the hosting, all I need to do, I just need to drag it from here, okay? I'm gonna take this JSON array, okay, from agent. I'm gonna drag it here. I'm gonna plug and play, and you guys can see I got exactly the same thing, and that's exactly how we added these expressions here, all right? So it's super easy, guys. You just need to like really play around with n8n, and it's going to be really easy once you get used to it, okay? And again, here, let me do the same thing with security, for example. If I delete that, all I really need to do, I'll take it from here, drag and drop, and boom, guys, now we're going to be logging all the security tech stack into a spreadsheet. Okay, guys, that's essentially how it works. So, for example, what if you want to add another expression to maybe log something different? Okay, so maybe you want to add something additional from the web scraper. So, for example, let's say like I want to know, I don't know, let's say what kind of social media accounts they have. Okay, like just as just an example. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go to my spreadsheet right here, guys, and I'm gonna add it right after here. I'm gonna add something like socials. Okay, and so now we're gonna go back to our n8n. I'm gonna refresh it because you guys can see we have this exclamation mark saying that the columns were updated, which is true. So I need to update that. Okay, and you guys can see we're gonna have socials. Okay, but we don't have that output yet because we just added that. Okay, so what we need to do now, let me just go back and save everything before anything we do, guys. So what I'm gonna do now, now I need to add another array. Okay, so I'll do this. We're gonna put a comma here. Okay, and here I'm gonna do socials. Okay, and as an example, I'll do something like Facebook and maybe Instagram. Okay, that's good enough as a reference. And okay, that's cool. All right. Okay, so essentially I updated our system message saying social media. Okay, social media marketing. So that's cool. All right. So actually, what I think we should do here, we should do like social media. That's gonna make more sense. Okay, and I'll do the same thing. Social media. Okay, and Instagram. Okay, I had a typo there. Okay, so let's save that. Let me see if we need to adjust anything else. I think we should be good. And now we need to rerun the workflow so we have that expression in here, okay? Because right now AI agent is not scraping that. So let's do it again. Let's rerun the workflow, guys. Okay, guys, and it's good to go. So now we have an error, which is totally normal. Okay, so this error was expected. Because if you guys remember, we didn't add the socials because we didn't have the expression yet. So now you guys can see we have it, okay? So this is exactly what we want. So if we want to inject this expression and log it into our spreadsheet right here, guys, because right now you guys can see it's empty. So we need to just take the social media and drag it in here. And now you guys can see we are logging the data from the expression, guys, okay? So now let me save, okay? So now if we rerun it again, now we should be able to log everything correctly and we shouldn't have any errors. We had an error again. Let me see what's the error, guys. Okay, because I renamed it to social media. Okay, makes sense. So I need to refresh it. Okay, social media, and now we can do it. There we go. Now it should be good to go. So now if I rerun, now we shouldn't have any errors, guys, okay? Let's see that. And moment of truth. Yes. Okay, cool, guys. Congrats. It worked. Awesome. So if I go, let me just close this tab here. So social media, guys, there you go, guys. Now we have this new data output in a spreadsheet called social media. That's essentially how you can add new data that you want to scrape in this workflow, guys, for example, okay? Okay, so now let me show you how you can connect your Gina.AI account for APIs, okay? Because if you guys remember, I said I'm using a API to do that, guys. If I reopen my HTTP node for APIs, okay? So here we have a URL with a GET request, okay? So here you need to add credentials for it in order to work, okay? So what you're gonna do, you're gonna go to a Gina.AI, you're gonna create an account, okay, and then you're gonna go to your manage API key, guys, right here. And once you create your API key, it's gonna look like this. All you need to do, you just need to copy API key, okay? And then you're gonna go to your n8n, you're gonna open this HTTP node, all right? And then you're gonna basically choose generic credential type, okay? And then you're gonna go here and you're gonna choose header off, okay? Important, guys, you need to do that, header off. And under the header off, drop down here, you're gonna scroll down and click on create new credential, okay? So here, guys, what's gonna happen, you will basically type in authorization, okay? And for the API key, let me show you guys how it goes. It's gonna be something like this, okay? I'm not gonna show you guys my API key, but it's gonna start with Gina. One thing you need to add before that. So before your API key, it's really important that you guys add this word barrier, okay? So it's gonna be basically this word barrier, then you're gonna do space, and then you're going to copy paste that API key that you just generated in your Gina, okay? And then you essentially take all of that API key, including the word barrier, all the way down to Gina and all the numbers and letters, okay? So take the entire thing, guys, bring it to your n8n right here, and copy paste that into your value, okay? So authorization here, API key with the barrier here, and then click save, guys, and that's it, okay? And once everything is done, make sure to save your workflow, guys. Otherwise, if something happens, the tab crashes, okay, your changes will not be saved. Okay, so that's for the Gina API credentials. So next up, also you need to create credentials for your spreadsheets, okay? And it's actually even more easier than that. So open any of the spreadsheet nodes right here. Okay, open this one, for example, and here under the credentials to connect with, just click here on the drop down, create new credential, okay? And all you need to do, just click on sign in with Google, okay? And then you have, you're gonna have that window that's gonna pop up and it's gonna list all your Gmail account that you have created. Just choose the one that you wanna use, accept all of the events because n8n needs that. And then it's gonna save that it's linking or that it has been authenticated. One of them, I forgot which one exactly it is. We want to see the green check mark saying that it was completed or success. Then you know it was connected successfully, okay? But again, the whole thing is automatically handled by n8n and Google. You don't need to do anything, just accept and just check mark all the events, guys, and you're gonna be good to go, okay? Once done, make sure to save everything, then close this box right here. Okay, in my case, I already have it, so I'm just gonna close it. And congrats, guys, that's how you authenticate your Google spreadsheets, all right? All right, guys, and I think the last one that's remaining is the OpenAI API keys. Okay, because you are using API keys here in this n8n workflow. So what you're gonna do, guys, you're gonna go here, again, open the OpenAI chat model, open it up. You're gonna go here under the create new credentials, click on this one. Okay, and here you need to basically copy paste your API key, okay? And to do that, guys, you need to go to openai.com. Okay, then log in into your account. The only thing I must note, you need to log in not into ChatGPT, but into a API platform, okay? There's a difference, so make sure you log in into API platform right here. Okay, so once you have logged in or created an account, okay, whichever, okay, we're gonna go right here under the settings, okay, on the settings little icon here on the right corner side, API keys, and then generate new API key. You can name it anything you want, n8n or whatever my key, generate that. And it's gonna give you it's gonna give you a similar key like Gina did, but just with different letters and numbers. So copy that, bring it to n8n and copy paste the API key in here, and then click save, and that's it, guys. The only thing you will also need to add some credits to your OpenAI API key because it's not free, like Gina is free, but OpenAI actually requires some credits to start using their API. And it's really easy, guys. Just go to billing here. You guys can see I have a bit of balance here. So just click on add to credit balance. You can start with $10, it's more than enough. And add your credit card, okay? And once it's done, click continue, and it's gonna charge $10 of your credit card. And now you can officially start using your OpenAI API key in this workflow and also in all the following workflows that you guys gonna use, all right? All right, guys, and that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe so I can keep making these videos for you guys. And you can also download this n8n template for absolutely free. So watch out for a download link either below the video in the description box or in the comment section, whichever, guys. And again, if you have any questions about the workflow or n8n, drop a comment and I'm gonna personally reply and help you out, guys. And if not, I'm gonna wish you happy building. And as always, I'm gonna see you next time.